Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video on Dougie Reacts. After 5 months, we're finally back, and we're doing the traditional yearly, because it's been a while. But I had to do this video, because it's been a tradition ever since I had this YouTube channel. The NFL season predictions. So, let's get to this video. Sorry I've been gone for a while. I do want to make some videos during the summer. But, But yeah, let's get into it. So Ravens versus Chiefs. I mean, obviously going to be the game of the week. It's going to be Thursday night football game coming back. Ravens are going to get the revenge. Um, I might talk then and there, but we're just trying to get right into it because it's going to be a long video. But we've been like, bruh, I was looking. I haven't looked on like my YouTube channel in like a while since I probably made like my last video. But bruh, I got like 700 views off of like an EDP video. I'm like, okay. And that was from like 3 years ago. When I only, like, probably the last time I looked at it, probably only had like 50 views. So I'm just trying to make some videos and stuff. I mean, it's better than just playing the video game or something like that. So, yeah, so, I mean, New England versus Bengals. I mean, I got I like Drake May. I like Drake May. I didn't like him at first. By the way, I got a hoodie on. I just pretty much got a buzz cut. Well, almost a buzz cut. So Miami. It's just no. I'm gonna go with New England actually. Hear me out, bro. So Bengals at the beginning of the season plays horrible. We know this, bro. Joe Burrow got a big old contract at the beginning of last season, and he still played horrible at the beginning of the season. That's just how he is. Texans. And then I got the Raiders being the Chargers. Chargers are gonna be horrific. Falcons versus the Steelers. I got the Falcons. I think the Falcons are gonna be pretty good. It's just that they're pretty overrated. Cardinals versus Bills. Bills aren't gonna be good. I don't even. Well, we'll get to what I think the Bills are gonna be. Cardinal. I got the Cardinals winning. Trey McBride and Kyler Murray was already a nice duo. Now they have Marvin Harrison Jr. That team should be decent. Um, yeah, I got the Seahawks being Bo Nix and the Broncos. But I don't think Bo Nix will be bad though in the league. I don't think so. What is this like score? All right, I'll just put the. Yeah, obviously I got Dallas gonna beat the Browns. It could be a close matchup. Who knows? Um, I got the 49ers beating the Jets. Eagles beating Green Bay. Saints beating the Panthers. You already know I got my Saints hoodie on too. Uh, I got the Vikings beating the Giants. Yeah, I don't think JJ McCarthy's gonna be good at all, but yeah. Bucks being the so look, no rookies winning, right? No rookies winning except for Drake May in week one. I forgot how this thing even works. Oh, there you go. All right, Dolphins being the Bills. Bills go off 0-2. Just get their first win of the season. I got the Browns being the Jags. Ravens go 2-0. Oh, I guess they do come off a mini bye. That's true. I have the Chiefs being the Bengals. Bengals don't play good at the beginning of the season. I won't be shocked if this game's a blowout right here. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. This is like a Russell Wilson locking game right here. Packers. Or actually, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Colts winning. This team was pretty good with Anthony Richardson. I'm a big fan of Anthony Richardson. They were playing really good with him at the beginning of the season. You can't forget about that. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Bryce Young gonna win over the Chargers. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Seahawks go and beat the Patriots. I'm gonna have the Bears beat the Texans in an upset, and then I'm gonna go ahead and have the 49ers beat the Vikings. The Cowboys beat the Saints. Upset. Yes, that's a very big upset. Saints should be going 16-0 this year. Definitely not biased. Commanders to beat the Giants. I'll go with Lions to beat the Bucks. Rams. And then Eagles, obviously. Oh man, I keep on forgetting. So Jets versus Patriots, I think this could actually be a pretty good game, but I'm gonna go with Jets last minute win because they're at home. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Steelers win, and then I'm gonna have the Jaguars win versus Buffalo. Buffalo goes 0-3 to start off the season. I'm gonna have Green Bay win versus the Titans. I believe Titans are going 0-3 also, right? 1-2. And then I'm gonna have the Texans beat the Vikings. Vikings go 1-2, I believe so. Yeah. Texans 2-1. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Bears beat the Colts. That could be a little upset. And then I'm gonna have the Buccaneers beat the Broncos. Actually, I'm gonna have the Broncos beat the Buccaneers. A lot of away teams right now winning. And then I'm gonna have the Browns win at home. I'm gonna have the Dolphins win off of mini bye, I'm guessing. Yep. I'm gonna have the Eagles beat the Saints. I'm gonna have the 49ers beat the Rams, and I'm gonna have the Lions beat the Cardinals. All right, we're into week 4 now. I'm gonna have the Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. No, actually, they're gonna lose in an upset. They're gonna lose in an upset. I'm gonna have the Colts beat the Steelers. Just coming off of mini bye, I'm guessing they're gonna win versus the Broncos. Chiefs are gonna beat the Chargers in probably a blowout. This is gonna be a tough game, I would think, in a little shocker. And I think I'm going to actually have the Raiders beat the Browns in an upset. It's gonna be an upset matchup, yeah. I'll stick to it. It's gonna be an upset. And then I'm gonna have the Dolphins beat the Titans. Then I'm gonna go ahead and have the Bengals get their first win of the season, or the second win of the season. Yeah, first win of the season. Then I'm gonna have the mini bye. So okay. Dallas wins. I'm gonna have Green Bay win. Then I'm gonna go ahead and have the Rams beat the Bears. I'm gonna have the win down. The Saints beat the Saints lose to the Falcons at home. Um, I'm gonna have the Commanders, forgetting their team name. The Commanders beating the Cardinals. I'm gonna have the Lions beat the Seahawks. Actually, upset Seahawks beat the Lions. Monday Night Football. All right, week 5. We got the Bills versus the Texans. This is probably a game. Oh no, I'm forgetting. This is not a good game. It's gonna be a blowout. 0-5 Bills go. Cause see, y'all gotta remember. Cause I see on Instagram these analysts doing their big old NFL predictions. Fam, one of them, you might have seen it. They had the Bills at the 3rd seed, bro. It's ridiculous. They have no one on that team except for Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, who seems pretty decent. They don't even have like Tre'Davious White anymore. I believe Jordan Poyer's gone and stuff. It's insane. Dolphins. I'm gonna have Bengals in the upset, if you want to call it an upset. And then Colts beat the Jags, and I'm gonna have the Broncos get their first win of the season, or a second win of the season. I'm gonna have the Chiefs beat the Saints. Tough start for the Saints, 1-4. I'm gonna have the Cowboys off a mini bye beat the Steelers. I'm gonna have the Commanders get something going. They're gonna have some blood pumping. I have them getting the win. No, I don't. I have the Browns winning. And then I got the Jets beating the Vikings. All right, I got the. This is gonna be a good game. I got the upset with the Buccaneers beating the Falcons at home. Falcons at home. I got the Bears in an actual shocking close game versus the Panthers. 49er beat the Cardinals, and with that mini bye, I got the Giants getting their, I believe, first or second win of the season in a shocker versus the Seahawks. So we all know the Seahawks like choking. So, and plus it is the Giants. You got to be honest, they're low key an underrated team this year. So we got I got Green Bay beating the Rams. All right, I got Colts beating the Titans. Titans only got one win this season, struggling. Texans gonna go ahead and get themselves a win. Texans are 4-2 right now. Then I'm gonna have the Steelers get a win. They go 3-3 while the Raiders go 2-2. I'm gonna have Chargers get their first win of the season. I'm gonna have the Bills get their first win of the season in the upset Monday Night Football. I'm gonna have the Bengals get a win. They got some momentum going. I'm gonna have the Browns beat the Eagles. Then I'm gonna go ahead and have a tough matchup, shockingly, but the Ravens beat the Commanders. I'm gonna go ahead and have I'm gonna go ahead and have the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Bears. I'm gonna have the 49ers lose to the Seahawks. And then we're gonna have Green Bay. We're gonna have the Saints off a mini bye week right here. I'm gonna have Detroit beat the Cowboys. Cowboys, it's not happening, buddy. And I'm gonna have a little shocker. I'm gonna have the Panthers beating the Falcons. And this is kind of insane to see right now. But okay, we're gonna have the Saints, of course, hopefully beating Denver Broncos, and then we're gonna have Green Bay in an upset being the Texans. Green Bay looks like a solid team in the NFC, 5-2 right now. I'm gonna have the Rams. I'm gonna have the Chiefs get a win. Gives 49ers their second loss of the season. No get back for the 49ers. I'm going to have the Ravens beat the Buccaneers at home. I'm going to have the Chargers in the upset beat the Cardinals, no, you thought. All right, then I'm going to have the Lions beat the Vikings. I'm going to have the Falcons beat the Seahawks. I'm going to have the Eagles beat the Giants. And then I'm going to have the Commanders beat the Panthers. All right, then I'm going to have the Patriots in an upset. I don't believe this is going to be a bad team. I just believe that they're having a tough schedule so far. They're in a tough division. Uh, they're in a pretty decent tough division, I feel like. I'm going to have the Dolphins stay undefeated 6-0 and beat the Colts, and I believe a tough matchup. I'm going to go and have the Bills beat the Titans. I'm going to have the Bengals beat the Browns, and the Jets lose to the Steelers in an upset. All right. I'm going to have an upset. I'm going to have the Colts beat the Texans. I'm going to have the Ravens beat the Browns. No, I don't. I have the Browns beating the Ravens. I'm going to have another upset at home. New England Patriots beat the Jets. I'm going to have the Chiefs beat the Raiders. I'm going to have Green Bay beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then I'm going to have the Dolphins beat the Cardinals. I'm going to have the Detroit Lions beating the Tennessee Titans. They're struggling this year. They're 1-6 right now. Probably getting for the number one draft pick in the draft as we speak. I got the Saints beating the Chargers. I have the Seahawks beating the Bills, another struggling team. I'm going to have the Panthers beating the Broncos. I'm going to have the Bengals upset versus the Eagles. They're getting that momentum starting. Once they're out of week 4, they all of a sudden start playing good. That's how they are every single year. And you got to accept it and you got to adjust to that. That's how they play every single year. I'm going to have the 49ers beating the Cowboys. I'm going to have the upset Buccaneers beat the Falcons again. Then I'm going to go ahead and have the Vikings in an upset beat the Rams on Thursday Night Football for their second win of the season. I'm going to have an upset Jets beat the Texans. Momentum starting for the Patriots 4-5 as they go ahead and beat the Tennessee Titans at home. I'm going to have the Buffalo Bills lose to the Miami Dolphins while the Bengals beat the Raiders at home. I'm going to have the Baltimore Ravens beat the Denver Broncos at home while the Cleveland Browns do the same thing with the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm gonna go and have the Colts in a big win. I feel like as they're 6-3 right now. The Texans are actually kind of struggling right about now, and as the Colts are 6-3. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Chiefs beat the Buccaneers while the Eagles do the same thing to the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. I'm gonna have the Commanders go ahead and win away versus the New York Giants while the Cowboys do the same thing away versus the Falcons. I'm gonna have the Saints winning again versus the Panthers, but this time away in Carolina while the Bears go ahead get some momentum rolling. Cardinals not looking as good as we probably thought they would offensively. And then I'm going to go ahead and have the Rams beat the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going to have Detroit beat the Green Bay Packers as Detroit takes the start of the division. All right, so I'm going to have a little tight game. I'm going to have this end up being. Let me get back to that one. I'm going to have the Giants win in a little upset. I'm going to have the Saints win versus the Falcons at home this time. Then I'm going to have the 49ers win, the Eagles win, the Dolphins win as they're going 9-0 right now. I'm going to have the Texans win. They just came off a little mini bye. While the Jets are going to win versus the Cardinals, I'm going to have the Jaguars win when the Commanders are going to win. They're getting some momentum, shockingly. I'm going to go ahead and have another momentum upset. New England Patriots getting some momentum going for themselves. I'm going to go ahead and have the Cincinnati Bengals again beat the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs are going to destroy the Broncos. I'm going to have the Colts beating the Bills. And then I'm going to have the Tennessee Titans beating the Los Angeles Chargers. We're going to have Miami win. They're going to go 10-0 right about now. We're going to have the Baltimore Ravens win with the Bengals winning versus the Chargers. I'm going to have the Chiefs beating the Bills. And then I'm going to have I'm gonna have the Jets winning an upset. I'm gonna have the Vikings beat the Titans. I'm gonna have the Saints getting the upset while they're at home, if you want to call the upset. Or do I? O line starting to get better. Wide receiver. I'm gonna have the Browns win. I'm gonna have the Browns win. Denzel Ward versus the best wide receiver on the team, Chris Olave. That's a tough matchup for the team. Myles Garrett on the line. I mean, they beat the Browns last year, but or the year before with Andy Dalton, but I don't know. I don't know. Eagles beat the Commanders. I'm gonna have the Rams beat New England, stop that momentum they got going a little bit. I'm gonna have the Falcons beat the Broncos. I'm gonna have the Lions beat the Jaguars. I'm gonna have the Cowboys lose to the Texans. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think they're gonna get some chemistry going. They're gonna start playing good. I just don't really expect this team to be as dominant as we think they will. I don't know. I do think they will be very dominant. I just think it's gonna take some time. It's gonna be a divisional game. I got the Bears winning at home. I got the Bears winning. I think times are gonna change around here to where the Packers don't really own the Bears. You know, you got Caleb Williams. I think some momentum's gonna start brewing over there. And I honestly don't think the Texans are gonna have the best record. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how. But I believe they will build some momentum. They're going to beat the Tennessee Titans, of course. I just think y'all are really underrating the Colts. I feel like Michael Pittman is a dog, and you know you got really solid players over there. I just think you're gonna have to build it up, and you could say I'm big time underrating this team, but I believe they took two losses from the Colts. But right now, I do have them building it up a little bit to be better. If you're expecting them to be like a big old team, I mean, look at like Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Bill, for instance. Now, I don't think they're going to be like that. I just think it's gonna take time to build up, you know. So yeah, and we're kind of getting to this instance of where will the Miami Dolphins be undefeated this year? Will they lose to? Will they lose to where we're going to be seeing bets on Instagram where they're doing $1 million bets on teams that like on teams that think they could beat the Dolphins right now. And that's what we're doing. And I'm going to have the Dolphins go ahead and lose to the Green Bay Packers in the upset. Well, obviously upset Thursday night football too. Yep, sounds about good. I'm gonna have the Bears win upset versus Detroit, so they take the #1 seed, and they're gonna take the #3 seed, but the #1 spot in the division. I'm gonna have the Saints beat the Rams. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Cardinals beat the Vikings. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna upset because the Buccaneers don't play good versus the Panthers. We saw last year they struggle versus the Panthers. They do. They start struggling. They be struggling, and I mean I think if the Panthers could get something going on offense, which is something they never had at all, I think they could probably beat the Buccaneers in both of the games they have. There's a chance they could. I'll say that there's a chance they could. But yeah, Eagles versus Ravens. That's feeding families right there. All right, I'm gonna have the Jaguars beat the Titans. I'm gonna have Steelers beat the Browns in a little upset. What is Steelers record? 6-7. Then I'm gonna go ahead and have the Jets beat. I mean, yeah, Jets go ahead and beat the Dolphins too. Chiefs, we're the Chiefs 11-1. Jeez, I'm gonna have they gotta lose at some point, right? So, boom, upset. They're just losing momentum. Was 4-9. Having been the worst team in the division. You can't, cause look, you can say whatever you want about this video, but you can't just expect a team to just be as they were last year because it changes every single year. Like, what's a team we thought would be good last year that wasn't, or what's a team we thought would be bad that ended up being good? No one expected the Texans to be good last year. No one expected at the beginning of the season when they were over here getting blown out, even though CJ Stroud was over here going insane. No one expected them to actually be good. So I got Texas losing to Dolphins. This momentum losing, kind of like a Steelers thing. But I'm not gonna say if they're like the Steelers. It's just like a Steelers thing, though. I'm gonna have the Jets beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's gonna be a little Aaron Rodgers magic going on over there. I'm gonna have the Colts beating the Broncos. Ravens win. I'm gonna have the Buccaneers beat the Chargers. Chargers are 1-13. They're gonna get that #1 seed in the draft, to where they might be able to trade and do things like that. You know, that's how it's been the past 2 years, right? Past 2-3 years, they've been trading down, or they've been hope, or it's like a team that you think would trade down. And that's just how it's been. So something like that with the Chargers, like they don't need a quarterback, but they need weapons. I mean, it's their team's horrific. They need defense. They need everything. Linebackers, secondary. I'm gonna have the Patriots win. I'm pretty sure the Patriots are pretty much already eliminated though. But yeah, not much going on for the Cardinals anymore. Falcons. Falcons are still in the race. 49ers not as good as we thought, but they are doing a little bit of something. This is going to be a pretty good game, and I got a little upset going on right here with Green Bay. Where is Green Bay? 8-6 right now. And then I'm gonna have the Bears win. They're gonna get that #2 spot right now. And this is the team I feel like is going to shock us. All y'all are just talking about how the Bears are just doing all this, how they have a quarterback doing a bunch of gay stuff, but like, come on, man. Like, you gotta look at the dude's skills. It looks like they're gonna be pretty solid this year. I'm gonna have an upset. Texans are now brewing the momentum. Look at their record now. They're 10-5. this is a record I could see the Texans being at this year. I had them giving a loss to the Chiefs. I mean, plus they're in a whack division, so I mean that's like a bunch of free wins that they're getting with the Chiefs right now. One of the Broncos beat the Chargers. 4-11. Look, 4-11 team is the next team behind the Chiefs. One of the Rams in the upset beat the Jets. Dolphins is starting to lose the games now. They're losing momentum a lot. To where they're all the way down to third seed. Beagles get that second seed. I like that though. I want to have the Panthers beat the Cardinals. I mean, no momentum going. Actually, I'm going to have the chain switch. I'm going to have the reverse. I'm going to have an upset. Green Bay versus Cowboys. Green Bay. I mean, it's like week to week. This is the second to last week. Kind of forgetting how football works now. Wow. Texas with momentum. I'm telling you, 11-5. I'm gonna have the Bengals beat the Broncos. I'm gonna have the Patriots. How many minutes are we into this? 26 minutes. Jeez. I'm gonna have the Jets beat the Bills. Bengals. Dolphins getting some momentum back. Browns. Well, if Browns get that win, well, they're still not. Browns are eliminated with this, so I'm pretty sure. Browns are eliminated. I could be wrong. No, I am wrong. Am I? Are these already clinched? I think the AFC is pretty much already clinched. NFC. I mean, the NFC race is the only thing going on. Colts, Saints, Bears, Rams. Upset. No. Falcons. Green Bay. Panthers. Cowboys. 49ers beat Detroit to where that's back to the Bears being on top. Chargers. Chargers with their second win of the season, you know, a little excited at the end of the season, have to have some joy or something, right? Texans, Colts, Bengals, Ravens, Patriots. So let's say, I mean, I'm gonna have the Dolphins winning, but let's just say that happened. Wow. Okay, so they would switch fully. Wow. But I'm just gonna have it like this. I'm gonna have upset Rams win versus the Seahawks. Oh, where are the Seahawks? Where's their division? Oh, they're already eliminated. Are Rams eliminated still? Oh, depending if they beat the. Oh, okay. 49ers. So let's say the Green Bay would win. They would make the playoffs. That pretty much entire division would. And if they wouldn't, then the who's getting eliminated? I'm forgetting. The Rams or hold up, because they keep on switching it. So it would be Green Bay makes it, and if not, then the Rams don't make it. It would be the Green Bay gets eliminated, and then the Falcons make it. Oh yeah, the Falcons would make it. So the Falcons can't even do anything. Yeah. Well, I got Green Bay winning. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Cowboys beat the Niners. I'm gonna have. Let's just say this would happen. I have the Saints winning, but let's just say this would happen. Wow. Okay. But yeah, I do have them winning though. Did I miss a week with them? I mean, their division's 2-4, so they wouldn't make it anyway. So if I did, it is what it is. Boom, boom. All right, to the wild card we go, baby. So we have one team from the NFC South, one team from the NFC North, one team from the NFC. I mean, three teams from the NFC North, one team from the NFC West. Wow, kind of shocking, honestly. And then one team from the NFC East, and then the other way around. Which, okay. So, first game right here. 12-5. Texas just had momentum going for them like crazy at the end of the year. But I think Colts are a very underrated team. I think they're very good and they're very underrated. I'm gonna have Texans getting a dominant win. I believe so. I feel like it's gonna be a very good game, but very dominating win to where the Texans go ahead and get that win. Next, Ravens versus Dolphins. Ravens put at the 6th seed this year. Dolphins started the season off really, really, really good. Then they just all of a sudden started losing momentum to where they ended up having 4 losses. I'm going to have the Baltimore Ravens with an upset win. As, they have that strong defense. They're a solid team. It's just, the Ravens, I feel like in the regular season, they just kind of be struggling. Maybe, let's say the Ravens was like 16-0. They're gonna lose to the Washington Commanders at the end of the season on that last game of the season. I'm gonna have the Bengals beat the Jets. Just had a good season, pretty decent season. Maybe some you're expecting around them for to have. You're probably expecting the Jets to have about 10-7 record or 9-8. I'm gonna have the Cowboys beat the Saints. Kind of hurts, but I'm being realistic. I'm gonna go ahead and have the. Now, I do hope the Saints upset the entire world and the entire nation. It'd be go crazy, but I don't know. I want the Lions beat the Bears. I mean, they have so much going for them with the Bears, but I mean, I just don't see anything coming out of it. And yeah. Then rematch from last year in San Francisco. Now, this was a very good game. Then 49ers took it away. Christian McCaffrey went off. I'm gonna have it happen again. No shocker, no revenge story. 49ers just winning again. All right. Bengals versus Texans. That's the game I got to come back. Look at these, bro. Look at these games. You're telling me this would not feed families on the AFC side, bro. You're telling me this would not feed generations. Eagles versus Cowboys. Oh, brother. Well, we got to see this, bro. We only get to see a couple more games left in the NFL. And one of these we got to watch is Cowboys versus Eagles. I got Eagles winning. Detroit versus 49ers. This also happened last year, I believe, in the championship, right? Jeez, I know it ain't been that long since the NFL season. I got to remember this stuff. And it was upsetting. Detroit was up by so much, and then they lost. It was Dan Campbell's mistake. I believe he took initiative for it and stuff. I'm going to have that not happen. We're going to have a revenge story this time. Detroit goes all the way. Now, Eagles really haven't been having much competition in the NFC bracket. We'll see if they will versus Detroit. Bengals versus Texans. Let me get to the revenge story of Lamar. Save us, please, Lamar. The Ravens versus the Chiefs. There were so much mistakes that happened in this matchup, but it was like the Ravens didn't have control of this entire game. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Chiefs beat the Ravens. I mean, they're at home this time. I believe they're in Baltimore in this game. They still lost. I believe Ravens were the number 2 seed, Chiefs were the 3 seed or something like that. Bengals versus Texans. Texans are so good, but there's a point to where you can't glaze, bro. You just can't glaze. If you saw the Texans versus this team in the if you saw the Texans versus the Bengals, who would you have winning? It's like I think because I think I have the Texans win. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Put in the comments who y'all would have winning. I think I got the Texans beating the Bengals. I mean the Bengals. You got to think about who they lost. They got Joe Mixon. This is gonna be a revenge story for Joe Mixon. C.J. Stroud, he played fine in the playoffs last year. They got Stephon Diggs now. They have Nico Collins as the wide receiver too. That's a wide receiver 1 for a lot of teams in this league. I got them winning. Good season for the Bengals though, but I feel like the Texans are the new 2021 Cincinnati Bengals. And with that being said, we got some more feeding generation, more feeding families. In the regular season, we had the Texans being the Chiefs, and I have no story changing. Now the Texans gaining that momentum, and they're going to go ahead and go to their first Super Bowl. Then I'm going to have Detroit versus the Eagles. I'm going to have Detroit win. They had so much momentum versus the 49ers last year to where it was so good. Even though this team had a lot of injury problems last year with the Eagles, I feel like the Eagles still didn't have that much momentum, even when the team wasn't really that hurt. I just didn't feel it. So we have the number 5 seed versus the number 3 seed. And I'm going to go ahead and have the Detroit Lions getting a Super Bowl ring with Jared Goff going ahead and getting a ring to where this makes the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff one of the fairest trades in all NFL history. Jared Goff gets his ring at however old he is, 31 or something, and the Texans upset. Again, like I said, they're just the 2021 Cincinnati Bengals. That means they lose in the Super Bowl too. But this is feeding generations. This is feeding families, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will make a reaction to college football. Hopefully you guys watch that. Thank you so much for all the support, and hopefully I'll make more videos. See you guys soon. Peace.